quote of the day is time flies. It's up to you to be the navigator. And that's from Robert Orben. And the reason I picked this quote is because I have a huge checklist that I am working on right now. And that's because I have a work trip on Tuesday. And it was a holiday on Friday. And I had a 4-day weekend. And I was like, okay, you need to sit down. You need to write out all the things you need to do, because I had a bunch of stuff that I needed to get done for content creation stuff. I still have some stuff I need to do, but that's okay. But I've been trying to really compartmentalize all of the checklist, because the checklist is stuff for the house, stuff for the holiday, stuff for the next week, stuff for content creation, stuff for my trip, and then stuff for work. So if I think about all of it all at once, it's going to get overwhelming. So there were several times over the last 3 days where I'm like, today is not the day for that part of my checklist. I cannot focus on that stuff because I have this stuff to do. So Thursday, I was focused on getting... What did I get done on Thursday? I got quote of the day all edited and ready to schedule. I also recorded the first of the 2 videos that I need to get completely edited and scheduled for next week. I have some posts that I want to put out, some community posts, because I'm trying to get better about making sure I do community posts when I cancel my streams. And then I have shorts to fill in gaps of time. And that was for Friday. So for like Thursday, I was like, okay, I need to focus on quote of the day and filming. And then Friday, I need to focus on shorts and prepping for the holiday. And then like Thursday, I also had some prep for the holiday. But then I also have to, and then I can start doing like things like making sure all of the laundry is washed, because the laundry goes into the category of me leaving town and needing clothes, but also all of my family needs to, well, not all of my family, because my oldest does all of his own laundry now, but like I need to make sure that everything is washed and cleaned. And then there were things from cleaning the house, from holiday prep. And then also we used, some towels and a big sheet for the yard for, people hanging out outside for the 4th of July. So that had to be its own load, because of course it had grass and dirt and firework residue and, ash and stuff like that. All stuff needed its own load. And then whatever the remnants got tossed in last night. Like, the pants people wore over the last couple of days after I did all the laundry, the dress I wore on the 4th, things like that. It's like, okay, all that can go after this stuff. So it's like this compartment of stuff needs to get done, but also like a piece of the next compartment, and then, keep doing pieces of the next compartment. It's, like almost like braiding, like I'm like French braiding, where it's like you're braiding a section and then you add a few extra little pieces in, and then you're braiding more and then you add more pieces in. And so today I still have the last of my content creation stuff to get done. I need to do some voice recordings. I need to do the final edits, and then I need to schedule them. But both of those videos are now recorded. Like their first stages are already done. After stream, I'll do my voice recordings for them. It'll be the first time I actually do 2 of those at once, because I actually have to release, usually my decorating videos for Dreamlight Valley come out on Mondays, and then my Dream Snaps come out on Fridays. Well, I won't be here for Dream Snaps. Dream Snaps and decorating will have to swap Friday and the next Monday. So I'm making, I knew this was happening, and I knew it was coming, and then like, I don't know, a week ago I was like, oh, I really have to like figure out how I'm going to tackle all of these things. So of course I made, let's see, where am I? Made a list of like, this is Friday, this is Monday, this is, all of these days, and this is all the stuff that needs to come out. And then I counted up how many things I needed. Let's see. I needed I needed to do 2 dream snaps at the time. One of them is the one that has to happen when I get back in town. So the one that already posted for this week, which we're over halfway through the year. I'm so excited. I haven't mentioned that. I keep going, oh, I should mention that I'm more than halfway done. You know, stuff like that where it's like a regular, like almost a challenge. I struggle with that kind of stuff because I feel like I'm never going to be able to fully commit and make it all the way through to the end. So I'm really excited that I'm more than halfway through. Like, that's a big accomplishment for me. I technically have 2 dream snaps that are affected by this trip. I had 2 decor videos. I had at least 4 quotes of the day, 7 shorts, and 2 community posts for YouTube. And I was just like, this is a lot. I need to really break it down. And I had so many clips from streams for shorts that I was like, oh my God, I've got to get into like machine mode. Which I made it through about 15 of them in my first chunk of that. So that's more than enough for my trip time. But now I've figured out like a rhythm to get through them. So hopefully the rest of them that I do will be easier to do now that and I knew that was going to happen. I knew like if I could just sit down and do like a big batch of stuff, that it would help me like do that repetitious learning, you know, where it's like, okay, this is becoming easier and easier. It's just in like a crunch moment as opposed to I'm breaking that process out over time. So anyway, I still got all my trip stuff to do, and I actually finally broke out my tape measure to make sure the suitcase I am using for my trip fits as a carry-on, because that was like wheedling at me, and I'm like, you're not working on your trip stuff. You're not working on your trip stuff. That's for Sunday and Monday. Like, you can get, but I finally broke out the tape measure because I'm like, you're just going to let it wheedle at you until you like stress too hard about that. So I did that part. But the thing I'm really appreciating in like that navigation part of the quote is just like, okay, you know, I can plan my full trip out, like the trip of work that needs to get done, but then I have to like, okay, we're at this point in the trip, you know, like we're at this section of the trip where I need to make sure I'm focusing on these things that need to get done, but not forgetting that there's a next step and there's a next step, and I can kind of add that in as I go. So it's been working out really well. And, you know, I've got today and tomorrow, and then Tuesday morning I have to go to the airport. So we'll see how that works. I still have to write like a game plan for next week while I'm out of town. But that's you know, that's either later today me or tomorrow me. Thanks for dropping in. If you want to hang out, I stream live on Twitch and YouTube Thursday evenings and middays on Sunday. I hope you have a lovely day, night, time, wherever you are, whenever you are. I'll see you next time.